Released from a Cuban prison and just hours after being back on U.S. soil. We continue with our conversation with Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen.
Thanks, Jim.
Alan Gross spent 5 years in prison. He comes out and he says he's willing to see if we can give this a try, what the president announced.
Well, Alan Gross is an innocent victim in this maniacal regime. He was wrongly imprisoned. It wasn't his first trip to Cuba. He had actually gone with other telecommunications equipment before. Cuba knows everyone who's there and why they're coming. You get fully checked at the airport. And then they said, hey, we can get something for Alan Gross. And he was used. He's a wonderful man. I wish him all the best. I met his wife, and I hope that he has a long and wonderful life. He was used as a pawn by the Castro regime to get a lot of benefits, and I'm glad he's in prison. I would wish that so many others who are in prison would be freed. What Castro is doing now, he jails people and he releases them. He has a catch and release. Cuba just set 54 people in liberty, and it's such a farce. It's such a joke, because these are people who should have never been in prison in the first place. It's not like they really committed a terrible act.
Let me just jump in, because I mean, again, the point I wanted to make though was Alan Gross could spend 5 years in prison, still come out and say this policy that we've had with the U.S. hasn't worked. We need to try something new. Pope Francis, you know that Pope Francis was a key player in pushing this forward.
Look, I'm not.
Why are you ready to sort of say that the Pope was wrong as well?
It's me against Pope Francis. Now look, like it says in the Bible, give to Caesar what is Caesar's and to God what is God's. If I were the Pope, were I the Pope, oh my gosh, I know that what I have to do is look out for my brethren. That's my job. If I were president of the United States, my job is to make sure that our country is safe, to do everything I can to bring democracy and freedom to enslaved people. That's what I would hope that would be in our president's mind. I believe that the president committed a serious error in our national security by trading 3 convicted spies who wanted to harm United States interests. They were not just infiltrating the Cuban exile community. They were trying to harm U.S. interests, and he traded that for Alan Gross's life. And I'm glad Alan Gross's life. I'm not going to continue to say that, but I'm neither the Pope nor am I elected to be the Pope. But the president is elected to safeguard our homeland. I don't think that we're safer now because of the president's act.
You said that you would hope that the president would take action to try to bring about freedom to people in oppressed areas. Do you not believe that that is what the president's intention is here?
Correct.
You do not believe that that's the president's intention?
I believe that the president wanted to do a deal. He's looking out for his legacy. He's got a checklist. Cuba's on the checklist. What did we get that would bring us closer to freedom? I know that you love to talk about the cash and you love to talk about the trips. I like to talk about freedom, human rights, and election.
And maybe the dialogue that you will have now with the United States, the increased dialogue
Raul Castro.
Yes.
It's very similar to the conversation they had. Raul Castro talked to the president, a monologue for 30 minutes. Jim, we are a noble people. Americans are wonderful people. We want the best and we expect the best from others. And we can't fathom that there is evilness. Evil exists in the heart of Rouhani,
I have no problem.
A moderate president.
I have no problem accepting that evil exists.
Iran.
The question is, how do you deal with it?
And that Raul Castro doesn't want what is good for the people of Cuba. I do not believe that Raul Castro wants something that benefits the people of Cuba. I believe that the President Obama does want what's best for everybody, but I don't think that increasing all of these items that go to the periphery of the root cause, which is we've got a communist dictatorship.
We've tried it for 53 years.
We haven't really.
No, we have, Congresswoman.
I think that...
Congresswoman, let me ask you this. I respect the passion and emotion that comes with this when I hear you speak, when I hear Mark speak. I guess the question that I have, the problem that I have, is the certitude that you have, that your way and your way alone is the correct way.
No, like I say, wait, Jimbo, first of all, like I say, is I hope that the president is right, that this will bring about change. There's no way in my looking at this regime and understanding what this regime is about that it will get 1 inch closer to the butt.
What if you're wrong?
Now, Alan Gross, a wonderful man that he is, he spent 5 years in jail unjustly, but have you talked to people who have spent 28 years in Cuban jail? what do they have to say? I mean, when do we judge who is a better statement on Cuba's freedom? Is Alan Gross now going to be the person because he spent 5 years in jail unjustly?
Elizardo Sanchez of the Commission on Human Rights
and I can cite you so
and
many
National Reconciliation.
Look, there are lots of people, lots of wonderful people on this side. There are lots of wonderful people on the other side. You can't just say, hey, Pope Francis is this way. Do you agree with Pope Francis when he talks about life?
That's my point.
I'm a pro-life legislator. What is your position? Does Pope Francis dictate to you what your choices are?
That's my point. You have now differing opinions.
Everyone has a role.
But my point is, you've tried something for 53 years. I know you say you haven't,
really.
but I think most people would believe you have. Why not give the president the chance to try this?
It's not that we're giving him a chance.
But you're
He's doing it.
But now you're going to try to undermine it. You and your fellow members of Congress among Cuban Americans, both Democrat and Republican, I realize, you're going to do everything you can to undermine the president's actions.
Let me tell you why. Not because of
But why not give him a chance before undermining
and the credit cards? You talk about that. What I am really adamantly against is establishing full diplomatic relations with Cuba. I know that you like the cash and all of that stuff.
I like the fact that 53 prisoners were released.
Why? Jimbo, you are so easy to please. You jailed 53 people unjustly. Staying down with Fidel, that's their crime. And then you get credit for releasing them, just like you get credit for releasing Alan Gross? Your standards are very low. Very low. It's a start. They should have never been in prison in the first place.
But now they're out.
So why should they be rewarded?
And maybe more will come.
What did we get what did we get in return? Did Raul say, I'm going to have political parties? No. Did Raul say, I'm going to schedule elections?
Let's see what happens over the next 6 months to a year.
What's going to happen?
Let's see.
If it didn't happen now, when I'm giving you the pennies, when is it going to happen?
We still have the embargo to hit him on. I have to take a break here, and then we'll come back, and we're going to talk just briefly about